Hello, welcome to my 7th ACL tutorial for beginners. In this tutorial, we want to look at the Stratify command. The Stratify command in ACL helps us to group numeric fields in ranges based on the minimum and then the maximum values you have in your data. So if you have a data, be it your payroll data, your account receivable, your account payable, or whichever data you're dealing with. Now you want to do a groupings based on numbers or amount to know the various ranges, which category of products or employees fall within certain category in terms of numeric fields. Then the Stratify command will be the best command to use. To use the Stratify command, you go to Analyze, then click on Stratify. Now, if you click on Stratify, this is the dialog box that appears. Now, in this dialog box, we need minimum and then maximum for us to be able to do our stratification. So if you know your minimum and then your maximum data, the maximum value you have in your data, you can just put them here. But to be on the safer side and to make our work very easier, we will need to use a command called profile. We profile first on the field we want to stratify on. Then the profiling will give us the minimum and then the maximum. Then the Stratify command can pick information directly from our profiling. So we'll just cancel this and then we'll first profile first to make our work easier. So we cancel this. So we want to group the amounts column here into various ranges. So in doing that, we need to profile on the amount first. So you go to Analyze, then click on Profile, then click on Profile Fields, then click on Amount, you say OK, and then OK again. Now the profile fields gives you the total value, the absolute value, the minimum value, and then the maximum value you have in that particular amount field. So now that we've done our profiling, we can now go ahead to do our stratify. So here it says our minimum is negative 3,582.98, and then there's a maximum. So here I just go straight to my Analyze, then I click on Stratify. So now, because we did our profiling, automatically ACL populates a minimum here and then a maximum value. So in here we do not need to put anything ourselves because we've done the profiling. ACL automatically populates here. Now when you come to this option in Stratify, we have two options. You can stratify with an equal interval or with a free range. We will look at the equal interval first. When we are done, you try the free range. Now what this means, this equal interval means is ACL will automatically look at the minimum and then the maximum and divide it into 10 equal parts. So if I change this to 5, it means that ACL will divide the minimum and then the maximum into 5 equal intervals and then will give us the grouping into the various categories. So with our example, let's just use 5. Let's change it to 5 equal interval. Then we come to, so by default we have our Stratify on, so it's selected here. So the next thing we do is click on subtotal, then we click on the amount, because after doing the groupings we want to see the total amount involved. Then we click on OK, and then by default it is to screen. When you go to output, default is to screen, so you want to see a result to screen. So if you want to save it to file, you just click file and then you give it a name here. But in our example, we want to put it to screen, so we click on screen and then we click on OK. So this is our result. So based on this interval, the equal interval of 5 is specified, which is this 5 here, it has broken it into 5 equal parts for us. So if we had specified 10, it would have given us 10 equal interval, and then the analysis will be here: the percentage of counts, percentage of field, the total amount involved here, like this. So in this case, you are not specifying any range. ACL automatically pick an equal interval and then will give you the result. Now in cases where you want to specify your own interval, let's look at that example as well. So let's go back to our array table. Because we have already profiled, we want to just go straight to do our stratify. So I go to analyze, then stratify on. I select amount, which is already selected, so I say OK. Then subtotal, I select my amount field to see the total, I say OK. Then this side, because we want to specify our own range, not the range for ACL, we will have to click on free, select free, and then you come to this spaces here. Because you selected free, this side will be enabled. So now we can specify the ranges we want. So assuming we want a range from 0 to, let's say, 1000, from 1000 to 2000, then to 3000 to 4000. This is the range we want. So let's add 5000 to it. This is the range that we want to do our groupings with. So in this case, once we specify our groupings here, which we go to output, it is to screen, we can say OK to display our result to screen. So in this case here, we have our ranges we select. This is the range we selected, 0 to 1000. These are the ranges we selected. But I realize that AC automatically checks and sees that yes, we specify our range starting from 0, but there are actually figures that are less than 0. So it will bring those group of people here, all those with amounts less than 0. So when I go back to my stratify, these are those between this range, that range, and then their count, their percentages, and their totals will be showing here for us. So you can also display this to graph by clicking on the graph button here. Then you can save the graph, change the graph types from that order. I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial. Hope to give you more tutorial. So just subscribe to my channel and put in your comments, and I'll always be there to assist you. Hope to see you in my next tutorial. Thanks. Bye.